Hello and welcome to the KB Terrace Talk FPL show with myself, Spursy Luke. We have RUFC Ben and we have Jake on tonight. How are you guys doing? And how did your FPL go last week?
Go on, Ben. You go first.
I'm safe to say I'm bottom of the league. So I've took a risk this week, but we'll get on to that.
To be fair, with mine, I think the big teams let me down. To be honest, all the ones I didn't expect to do well ended up doing well. The defense let me down. Man United, Man City, but I did have Guehi though, so that did save me there. But Arsenal as well, Calafiori. But Man United let me down. Bushy, if you're watching this, mate. Disappointed.
He's sold everyone a dream, hasn't he? He's sold everyone a dream with this Michael Carrick nonsense. I bought it for another week. But so as Ben alluded to, not the best week for himself, but he is taking some risks. We will get to that in a moment. Myself, I also got bailed out by Mark Gahey. Much worse than average. Average saying it was 50 game week one, dragged up probably by a bunch of people trying to get number one in the world with bench boosts and triple captains flying around the world.
Triple captain Odegaard.
That sounds about right. I mean, I put out a short earlier that said that I think people are hyping up Odegaard a bit too much. He doesn't enter my top 5 Arsenal players I'd have in FPL, really.
Yeah.
So as much as he's flying in, a lot of people taking him. I've gone for my change this week was LAJS coming in. But to review my team, that I've got that didn't do particularly well game week one, Le Mans with Gay, Jacquet, Jarell Hatto, and Mosquera. Mosquera and Gay got practically half my points because my midfield were all twos of Bruno Fernandes, Enzo Lefebvre, Florian Wirtz, and Rio and Gamoa. Captain Haaland and Jorginho Rutter for 5. Captain Haaland 4. It's not ideal. Kadioglu, Kinski, Schlager, and Gonzalo Garcia scored bottom of my bench. I believed in him, just not enough.
No, I don't blame you. It's one of them. That's why. Well, I don't know if you noticed my bench. It's just full of Coventry and Hull players. I hate having half decent starters on the bench, mate. That's why. Always bites me, especially last year. The amount of times I put someone on bench and then end up getting points, mate. Breaks my heart, mate. Honestly, I deep it all day.
No worse feeling than just seeing your last minute.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Painful, mate. That's why I've stopped, because honestly, I take this so serious, mate. Honestly, God, it ruins my day. Even if I'm at work, I'm thinking about it constantly, man. I'm just obsessed with it.
It gets to you. It gets to you real easy. Last year, it was even more painful. We were doing during the launch of the FPL show. We had almost like a knockout tournament with forfeits and everything.
Forfeits, yeah.
And in which it was great because Phil didn't know what he was doing, so he ended up making about 5 transfers in 1 week. Said he beat me, and then with all the minuses, he actually didn't. But I'd already made my decision. I was like, oh well, I've already lost with a game to play. So I ended up having to put Morgan Gibbs White in my team, and wasn't an awful forfeit, but wasn't meant to be my one. So I then had to do another forfeit the next week when I lost the next round.
I thought when you said sorry, Luke. When you say about forfeits, I always think on what you see on TikTok. Making them really, I don't know, fucking go off naked and run about, and someone fucking chucking ketchup on them and that. That's what we used to do.
So to recap some of the ones that happened last year, after the Gibbs White one, I then lost the next round and I had to sing North London Forever. Wasn't happy about that.
No.
Was not happy about that one at all. Yeah, as a Tottenham fan, that's not good. Even though we're actually the only North London side, they would never base there to start with, so it's not North London Forever. It's just wrong. It's just flat wrong. There was Brighton fan Dan ended up having to be shirtless on stream whilst having a mohawk. Which that was a fever dream of a stream. But the other side of that was if Carl lost that, it would have been I can't remember. he was banned from using Haaland from the season. He won, so he didn't have to do that. The City fan, or it was something United based. It was one of the two. He didn't have to do them. He won one out. There was some brutal forfeits in there. I think I got Phil to sing "Land Down Under" whilst And was manager.
That's hilarious. That is great.
It's something a bit lighthearted, and then
then you got the more.
I hadn't. My side, if I didn't have to sing North London Forever, I had about 3 forfeits lined up for Hutch, which you might not know Hutch, but it was. I had 3 of them written down, and he ended up picking the worst one, which was. I said he'd have to dress like DCL when he's in that dress. But he won by a couple of points, and I had to sing that song, which we don't reference.
Are we doing it this year as well?
No.
Well, we don't know. We've only had a small sort of turnout. If we can get enough people sort of back in rotation, sort of get the FPL popular enough, then absolutely. But we will see. But going back to it, obviously we have other things to have on. So Ben, you were coming in hot with not the best starting week, but you're making a bold pick.
Yeah. I've decided to take matters into my own hands here. I know. I've messaged some people, and they've said I'm a bit mad, which I could well be. This plan could backfire, but I think I've had a bad start. I've had such a bad start that I've decided to use one of me wildcards absolutely early on, but I'm going to use the wild cards every 10 matches, so it spreads out throughout the season. So this is the best way to avoid minus points so early on in the season. So I've took that to account.
Right. So you say you use wild card. You use the free hit, not the wild cards.
No.
So that means that next week you're going to go back to your old team in game week 3.
And then what I can do is I can learn from that, and then put my team out wisely, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
So now we're locked in for the week. I'm just going to say what your free hit was, and you can talk me through what your plans were with this team.
Yeah.
So
this plan for this team was to get as many points as possible, so I've took some risks here by going for Haaland, because I believe that it's against Crystal Palace tonight.
Yes, it is.
And I think he's going to get the most amount. I think he's going to get a high amount of points, I think.
So
that's
were there any specific games you were targeting? Was it just tonight's game that you were sort of
tonight?
Was there any others that you zeroed in that you were like, this? I think this is going to be a guaranteed result. So you put all your eggs in one basket, or have you spread them out a little bit? And gone for multiple sort of matches.
I mean, looking at Manchester City's next few matches, Coventry and then the Manchester derby, it seems like tonight is the best time to play him. Rather, he's going to get easy points against Coventry, but then it's the Manchester derby after that. So, yeah.
So I just want to confirm, because I'm looking at your team's name, and I can see that you've gone back on yourself immediately. So you called your team No Haaland, No Party.
Yeah.
And you've immediately gone from not having Haaland to game week 2, you put him in your free hit. So you...
Oh God. Oh.
Broke the rule.
You broke your own rule, mate. I mean, it's self-imposed rule. You don't have to obviously stick with it, but it's... So going through this,
go on.
How many points?
Looking at what you've gone for. Yeah, how many points do you get, actually?
Well, last round.
Yeah,
last round.
27.
27.
Brutal.
I think that's 9. I mean, I only think I got like 36. I think so. I had a poor week. And then Jake, what did you get?
43. So it's like, yeah, I think I'm third out of the group.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people had faith in United and City. I think was what sort of happened there. A lot of people had captain Haaland, and so going through your team then, Ben, for this week.
Yeah,
you've gone Haaland captain.
Yeah,
João Pedro, which I like the look of.
Mm-hmm.
Sangare, who had a great game against Spurs.
Yeah,
so you openly keep that up against Leeds.
Yeah,
you've got Gabriel, Gahey, O'Reilly. So you've gone a lot focused on City keeping a clean sheet against Palace tonight.
Yep.
So don't rate Palace much.
No, I mean, did they lose last week? Yeah, they did to Everton.
They did, Everton.
So I don't think they're going to prove against Manchester City. Not a chance.
I mean, I think they're going down. I said this pre-Everton game. I thought they were going down. It was my one bang-on prediction from the Predictions League.
Yep.
But so you've got, is that Michael Coyote, Gabriel? So I mean, Villa, I worry for Villa at the moment with how they got turned over. Yes, there was a red card by Brighton, and now they've got Arsenal. They've sold their keeper for dead cheap. I think that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So I think going Saka, going Gabriel could work out quite nicely for you.
Mm-hmm.
Starting Crooks.
Crooks.
I mean,
the Hull.
Hull's Crooks is starting for him. And Oscar Bob's the other midfielder that I hadn't mentioned. I will ask, just because it is there. You have Jack Hinshelwood on your bench who's 25% chance of playing.
Yeah.
What was you thinking there?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I did not know at the time that it was said it was early on the day. It says it was 75% chance of playing. That's why he went to yellow. So why? It's a bit. I
mean, you saw he had a big game week 1 and thought, it's a 75% chance. It's just obviously it's updated later in the day. You didn't know that. Top point scorer in the midfield. It makes sense, but it's just one of them that, as time's gone on, it's not gone as great, and it's sort of cost cutting on the bench to make sure you can get as best people in for your free hit. Makes sense there. As I said, my team, I made one change. I brought in Solis, I think, for Lafay.
Yep.
Was it for Lafay? No, it wasn't for Lafay. It was for Florian Wirtz, actually. Because I was seeing him on the bench and thought, not convinced by you. So I'm going mostly unchanged. Kadioglu, Jacquet, Gahey and Mosquera, Lamons in goal. Bruno Fernandes, Lafay, Solis and Gamoa. I've started Haaland with captain again. Gonzalo Garcia, I've actually started him this week because Jorginho Rutter's 75% chance. I've dropped him to the bench. My bench is Hato, Kinski, and Schlager. I didn't want to use I used my one free transfer. I sort of want to try and get to a point where I sort of hoard a few of them up and sort of go from there. That's sort of my plan for not go crazy first couple of weeks. Last season, I panicked after a good game week 1. Saw a few people sort of had knocks and panicked and wild carded, and my old team would have done better than the team I wild carded for. So I'm now being a lot more cautious, a lot more reserved with my wild card and my tokens.
Never panic.
Absolutely.
Never panic.
Rule 1.
Only one game in as well.
Yep. And then Jake, what's your?
Oh, mine.
Go, yeah.
I want to say that Jacket's really smart because technically he's going to start next to Van Dijk. Don't get me wrong, Van Dijk's got the more what do you call it? More of a attacking threat. But Jackie, he's quite tall in it as well, so I think he could get some. And he's cheaper, I like to think.
Yeah, that's a key part of it for sure. Is it's cheaper.
I saw it the other day, and I thought, you know what, I might copy. But I missed the deadline, stupid enough, because I didn't realise Man City were playing. But I'll tell you my team: Kinski in net. It's a bit cheap keeper. Gahey, Maguire, Calafiori. Of course, all got 3 quite easy fixtures, you have to say. I vice captain Bruno. I wanted to captain him, but I forgot about the deadline. Semenyo, Szoboszlai, Tonali, and then your front three. You convinced me to get Robbery, Haaland, João Pedro, because I went with Nick Waltermada, if you can remember. We were speaking about it, but I thought Newcastle this season, I don't even know if he's going to start because Wissa's been really good, to be honest. So thank God I put Robbery. I know he blanked against Ipswich, but against Fulham, at home, you can't complain. He's going to start.
Yeah. So. If Sunderland are good somewhere, it's at home.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Fulham are mainly a team that do well at Craven Cottage and can maybe pick up some results elsewhere. I've said for my predictions league that's a 1-1 draw, I believe, but absolutely it should go Sunderland's way if it's going to go either sides.
Also, it's a guaranteed starter. I can't really think of a bench striker for Sunderland from the top of my head.
Oh God, I've got Isidore.
Let me get it up.
Is it Isidore?
Oh yeah, Isidore. I can't see him.
I'm only pulling this because I'm playing an FM save at the moment, and my friend has Sunderland in it. So I'm like, he scored a hat trick against me with Isidore. Surely he's back up.
Yeah, he come off bench. Like I say, 6 mil, you can't complain, can you? Maybe Gonzalo Garcia, like you said. I think that's a nice pick. And of course, he scored last week. But
I said, against the suspect Sanchez was the thing. Sanchez was suspect for that.
He's rubbish. You got a Chelsea defender, right, Luke, on the bench?
Yeah, I've got Jarell Hatto. I mean, he's not a guaranteed start as the thing I'm a bit... Because I brought him in originally because, they got Raku Correa. He plays left back or can play centre back. He should get in rotation. So, he's...
They brought in someone, right?
I think so.
Some Spanish guy.
Valentin Barco also can play left wing back.
He was
and
very
he's the Argentine that was... I mean, he got booed to high hell because of the incident against England. But yeah, it's one of them. Like, I also tried to be smart by going, I'll bring in Schlager, the Forest guy, because he should get DEFCON points. He might try and be the next Elliot Anderson style player. See if I can sort of get in on that action straight away.
Yeah, it's a good pick, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's got a good reputation.
That's not a bad team, that. To be fair, I'll rate that.
Which one? Me or Luke's?
Both. I'm going for a draw because I can't. I mean, for me to get João Pedro, I think he did well against Fulham. So I've got a Fulham player on the bench, which
I mean, if I was going to be picking up a Chelsea player this week, just because of price, I would go for Morgan Rogers over Palmer. Both brought a lot to the table. Rogers, I would say, as much as Palmer's probably the more direct threat, I think you'll get more of an assist from Rogers. Both of them look to work really well as a tandem. João Pedro, obviously, the man on the end of all of it.
Yeah, I think JP's a must. It has to be.
So.
If you don't have Haaland, especially.
Yeah, if you don't have Haaland, there's not many other options, especially with Watkins now being gone. I'll quickly ask, what are your thoughts on maybe, just because, it's transfers, it's still to do with the league. Obviously, Villa have had a massive overhaul in terms of who they've got starting where, they've got a new keeper, they've got Nico Jackson. Do you think he's going to be someone that might be surprising people and fits in well at Villa, or?
I don't know. I thought he was quite good at Chelsea, I used to have Palmer and Jackson, and every week, FPL-wise, they were cooking for me, mate. They were literally carrying my team. Only thing is, who's going to be assisting him? Ross Barkley? Like, they're not really... You know what I mean? Like, you've got...
Yeah, Villa's... they've just brought... They're bringing in a guy from PSG, I think just got confirmed today.
Oh,
it's a winger. I can't remember his name. I think it's Ibrahim. Mbaye. Yeah, Mbaye. So they brought in Mbaye. So he might be the one that's providing.
If they get someone to provide it, trust me, I think Jackson's good. Everyone used to troll him.
I know there was the Spurs game, when you got the hat trick against 9 men. As much as I did not look convinced, that hat trick was one of the worst hat tricks I've seen ever.
I think He's gone for 47 million.
What, Jackson?
No, this player that Aston Villa were getting that
oh yeah,
55 million euro.
So
that's what you expect these days for a youngster.
Exactly.
Crazy.
It depends on what Jackson they get. If they get sort of the Chelsea Jackson, you know, a lot of the time Jackson was sitting on the bench for Bayern. They were trying to just ship him off anywhere. I'm just going to say it because I don't think it got touched on yesterday in the main sort of show. How Chelsea get this money for players is ridiculous. Liam Delap for 45 mil and Jackson going for about, was it 65? Something, it was something stupid.
Liam Delap's not a footballer. He's a rugby player. He's a rugby player.
Elbowed, his main contribution last season was giving Spence a new sort of strap under his chin for the World Cup. Like
45 mil. It's got to be some investigation onto that. Some sort of fraud, mate.
I specifically said to Phil, the only way I think it's a downgrade for Forest. It's just based off of what he was at Chelsea last year. It's a downgrade for that's the exact thing I said. It was a one year, at least maybe I'm looking at the first season of a 1 year a bit too much. But a 1 year was so much better than what Delap was. If they get the Ipswich Liam Delap, maybe that's a different story. Maybe Glasner can get him to work like he did at Ipswich. But if they get in the Chelsea Delap, then that is ridiculous.
To be honest, the only reason I think it's because he's English and young as well. I feel like English players always go for a bit more. But for me, he's got the brutality in him. He's quite a what do you call it, tough player and stuff. He's a bit like Diego Costa a bit, but of course not as good as him. But trust me,
he's an actual finisher.
Yeah, exactly. This guy's just hit it up long and see what happens. But Forest Phil, if you're watching, mate, trust me. You'll be regretting saying it's good.
Yeah, I'll have to go with Jake on this one. You will be regretting it.
But to be honest, are there any other strikers around what Forest could pull? What about the lap? I can't even think.
What's happened? Ben, what's happened?
No. Going back to Nottingham Forest, I don't think there's many. Is there?
What, many strikers on the market?
Well,
you know, it depends on sort of what you want and who's, you know, Chelsea have gone to the point where they just want a Prem-proven striker and brought in Welbeck. So
I think that's a good transfer, me.
That is an upgrade on Liam Delap. I'll say that for free.
Mate, Welbeck's been doing good.
And he has got experience. So
underrated. Definitely underrated.
I know the figure of 70-odd million for a man who I definitely called out. It was one of the most transferred in and transferred out players this week.
Can I guess?
Because you missed go for it.
17 mil. I'm going to say Wirtz. Just because you said
it. No. Striker, this is. This is for, like, Forest are linked with him, or at least were before they bought Delap. This man's one of the most transferred in players in the FPL this week. I think I said somewhere about 20-ish. And then also was transferred out, I think, 16th most.
Go on. Can't think.
Brentford looked really good, but he didn't. Igor Thiago.
Oh, mate. I've said it before. One season wonder.
Season wonder, penalty merchant, but even then he missed said penalty. 23 goals last year. I don't see him getting anywhere close to it. Like,
I think if he is on pens, he's getting at least 10 if he's on pens.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing that happened to him was going to the World Cup.
He was honking.
Because he was terrible. He had one chance. It was a header of all things, so should have been right up his ball, but missed it. Like, he just looked awful throughout. So,
Ben,
ever since then...
Yeah.
Are you going to transfer him out? I swear you've got him, Ben.
Oh.
I got Thiago. He doesn't have him this week.
Yeah, but we'll have him back for next week.
Yeah.
We'll have him back next week, indeed. So, I mean, here's a question then, Ben.
Yeah.
I'll go on to you again. So, because your team's going to revert back to what it was in game week 1.
Yep.
Obviously, this is going to be we are going to have hindsight next week to discuss this a little bit better. But going back to your original team, you know, with your one transfer you're going to get, who are you sort of looking to replace from that team?
Right. I think I may. I mean, Matheus Nunes, he's got a 75% chance of playing, so I might take him out.
I mean, I can see a blatant one that absolutely needs replacing, in my opinion, just based off of real life circumstances. Looking at it, you've got Ollie Watkins on there, who's going to have left by the time next week comes around. Yeah, but he's not going to be there. He's getting sold to the Saudi League, I think it was.
Yeah.
So you got Ollie Watkins that's going to be expensive and not there. He's physically going to have left. So if I had to suggest something, Watkins. You know, you've got good attackers anyway. So if you didn't want to do that, I could understand, because you do have Havertz who can play up front. That's going to be in form, hopefully, or not hopefully on Spurs fan. for your FPL purposes,
for your sake, Ben.
I'm going to preface that. Yeah, for your sake and for your FPL purposes, he's going to hopefully continue his form. So, you know, your defense looks solid enough. Midfield, Mbuemo, Semenyo, you'd hope they start firing. Rice got you 3 points. Like, I'm shocked Rice is sort of starting as early as he is for them, because Rice looked not good at the World Cup because of how tired he was. He's had that time off since then, and it looks like that's enough. But whether he'll burn out throughout the season, we'll see. But to me, my blatant area I'm looking at is you've got to free up some money from Watkins just to help you out in future weeks if you want to spend. So looking at Prem attackers, you know, that is where you can potentially bring in your João Pedro, for example. Because Watkins and João Pedro's actually worth 0.3 less currently.
That's interesting.
So you can literally just sideways move, get rid of a player that's not going to play and bring in a lucrative, potentially the best attacker. I'm going to say give it a week or two and I might put in Marmoush. Spurs bias 100% on show. But if he's a competent striker, we need one of them.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to take Munoz out because he's injured. He's got a chance of injury, so that's definitely one I'm going to take out.
Obviously, close to the time. Close to the time, you know, you're going to have a bit more. You've got about a week to make that decision, so we're not going to rush you into saying, I'm thinking I'm going to go for this guy or this guy over him. But so your main focus is you're probably going to get rid of Matheus Nunes. Okay, fair enough. One thing I need to start looking into is when's probably actually going to be a good time to use my wild card. Like if I see I've struggled the first couple game weeks, I don't want to do what I did last week and just hit the panic button. But at the same time, is there really a good spot? Like after the international break seems good to me. Like that's normally you get your injuries on an international break, then you wild card, then you got enough time until the next set of chips come round. So I'm trying to hold off as much as I can until then.
You know, free hits. You guys
got any plans?
I ain't got for the wild card, but free hit. I'm definitely doing it on a double game week. Because I think there'll be. Well, I'm guessing. Double game week. Use one free hit and then triple captain for other wild card. Depends how bad it goes, man. I can't say. If I end up being in bottom 3 by November, it'd have to be towards when there are a lot of fixtures, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, you do get 2 of each. So first half of the season, you got all your chips. Second half of the season, you also get your chips reset, all 4 of them. So it's not like saving them. You will need to use them first half of the season.
Was that the same last year as well?
Yes, last year was specifically the same. Last year, I think, was the first year outside of wildcard.
Yeah, I'm going to say. Just see how it goes, really. I can't say, because you never know. My team might end up being top at top or bottom at bottom. By the players, if you look at the players, they're guaranteed 90 minutes, most of my players. If they get injured, my bench is crap.
That's where I think the panic card will have to be played. Is if you see a bunch of injuries come in,
especially they had a lot of Tottenham.
I mean,
go on, Ben. Sorry.
And that's okay. I think I was going in too much there. Yeah, I think this is me not using any minus points so much. So I took a risk this week to stop me getting minus points. So I mean, I hope it works out. I hope it can get me up the table fast, and then I can build up from there.
Yeah, I get you. Get you on sort of stuff like that. So, sometimes, I mean, I don't know it's what you used it for, but sometimes I can see people going like, "Oh, my team will look great in like a week or two. I might just free hit because they've got bad fixtures this week, or they're all playing each other. So that's some reason to sort of fire off your free hit as well." To talk about the double game week stuff, if normally I try and, if possible, look ahead and try and gradually just move my team towards aiming at a double game week rather than use a free hit, because then you still have the option of your triple captain, your bench boost available for it. So that's another thing. Like, it's whether you slowly see it approaching and just sort of make little tweaks here and there, or as you say, you can just free hit, send absolutely everyone that week, make the best team you physically can. That's the beauty of FPL. So many options, so many different sort of ways you can take it. You know, you can listen to, myself or anyone online. There'll be people saying, buck this trend. This guy's currently looking on the up.
Gurus.
Exactly. But the thing is with the gurus, they'll get a lot of things right, but they also get a lot of things wrong. I'm sure, myself included, a lot of the gurus were saying 3 Man United players, 3 of Liverpool sort of players in there, thinking they're going to turn over Newcastle, things like that. Just load them up, and obviously that's not happened. Obviously, Hull City had a different story with that one. So, if you manage to spot something that you think's there, I'd say absolutely trust your gut on things like that. I should have trusted my gut on Gonzalo Garcia. I had a feeling, and I stupidly left him at the bottom of the bench.
Also, I was talking about benches. Like, what do you think? My bench has been absolute crap because all I've got is starting Hull players and Coventry players. Do you think that'll bite me?
Well, I mean, it depends on who you've got. Like, I know I was suggesting Thomas for Coventry at one point for the cheap 4 million midfielder. Oh no, defender. Sorry. So it depends sort of whether you've got players like that are going to get potential death gone points. Even if they get turned over, they'll still get you something.
Well, I've got Lecomte in net, the backup Fulham keeper, Amenda, the Coventry defender, and then Slater on target.
So you got the backup. You got the backup goalkeeper for Fulham. Did you say?
Yeah, on the bench. It's just cheap.
I'm assuming 4 mil.
4 mil. Let me have a look. I don't think there are any. No.
Let's have a look. See if I can find someone for you quickly off the total points.
Maybe Palmer for Ipswich, but I think that Shreffen's going to start. Unless Steele. I don't know.
I mean, it's not going to. Yeah, 4 mil. You're just getting what you can. As I said, the most popular one is either Steele, or no, the most popular one's the Bravka, but I mean that's just. I don't think that's one that's going to convert. If you're going to do a 4 mil one, use it on a team you're not going to particularly be annoyed that you can't triple up on. So, as you've gone Fulham, you're not realistically going to have 3 Fulham players. So that's why you don't go someone like Steele. If Brighton keep up this form and you're wasting it on a 4 mil keeper, you're going to be slightly annoyed at yourself. So, I can't fault it. There's not really someone that sticks out there.
I've got a question as well.
Absolutely, go for it.
I've got Tonali, right? I've done it though because I know that he likes a long-range banger, and he can get an assist and some death points. Do you think the value's there? Because I'm a bit 50-50 on him because I don't know what role he's playing at Tottenham, to be honest, because you're a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, so, he's meant to, I think, be the man in front of the defence, trying to sort of be the holding mids. We had... Our starting midfield was terrible last week against Brentford. It was the main reason we lost. It was Tonali, with Gallagher and Bergvall, and Bergvall looked terrible. I'll be completely honest. I've been a big defender of his. You know, he got young player of the season. I think he got player of the season as well in the first year he had him. And then injured a lot last year and did not look great. He was at fault for the second goal. Like he got hooked at halftime and deservedly.
What would you say is the best midfield for Tottenham? All fit.
So all fit, you'd have Tonali in there. You want someone that's going to sort of get stuck in. If he finds the form he had for Newcastle in the early days, then you're going to absolutely want Tonali in there. You're going to want Fernandes in there to be the sort of more creative side of matters. And then I would want Archie Gray in there. I don't want him at right back. I 100% don't want him there. But I'll take Archie Gray in the midfield to be sort of a workhorse style player because you've got the creativity. You know, you could say Maddison, but you know Maddison's been out for God knows how long, and then he's injured again. Xavi Simons again had a little bit of form, and then he got injured straight away. So I would go with the two new signings and Archie Gray in midfield. But there's a reason I'm not paid to be in charge of picking players. I'll trust the man who kept us up.
Sorry, mate. What happened with Kuleveski? Kuleveski, is he injured again, or what's happening? He just disappeared.
No one knows. He disappeared. I mean, the really sad thing about Kulusevski is I saw a thing saying Diogo Jota's played a competitive game more recently than Kulusevski has, which is nuts.
Of course.
That's how long his injury has been. Rest in peace, absolutely. No disrespect meant with that one. But that tells you how long it's been. We've got a few comments that I'm just going to sort of bring up here. Of got a Hi Boys Happy Friday from Jamie Tui. And we've got RUFC Lewis saying he's doubled up on Man United clean sheet this week. I mean, I'm banking on that with... They are favourites indeed. And it's at home, which hopefully, if things go terribly, they are going to be on his back straight away, Carrick.
Yeah, I've got Maguire in defence. I thought Maguire was quite good against Hull. I know he made the mistake for second.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the thing I can think of. Yeah.
And he's a goal threat. He always loves a header. That's the only reason why
he is a goal threat. He is absolutely a goal threat. My thing... I've got Le Mans in. I'm hoping he's not absolutely been turned by that World Cup blunder that knocked out Belgium. But, you know, he looked promising last year. It's just one of those things of Phil's got this theory that Man United are terrible against the smaller teams that they should beat, but really good at setting up the counter, you know, your Arsenals, your Cities. There's a reason when he first came in, he beat both. So it's going to be interesting to see whether they bounce back from that. Really, that's going to be a sort of fun one to keep an eye on. But I think we're going to leave it there, unless you guys have got anything else you want to sort of discuss at all.
Just bring on next week, mate, and see how I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, we can see some big scores from us. We'll see if Ben's gamble's paid off, whether his faith in Haaland's going to be repaid, or whether he's going to go back to being no Haaland. Yep.
I'm going to crash out if Bruno Fernandes ends up getting a hat-trick, because I was meant to captain him, but I thought I got the deadline. So I swear, Haaland,
I've got him in.
Hat-trick.
I've got him in, but we've got a comment in here from I'm going to say Louis, but it could be Lewis. Who knows? UFC Louis. We've got Le Mans, Gvardiol, Maguire, Calafiori as his defence. So going 3 defenders. Anderson, Captain Bruno. So he's going to be someone that's going to be happy at your expense if that's the case. So Bosley, Ilman and Jai. We've got Pedro, so João Pedro, that is, Haaland and Robbie. So good sort of lineup there. You know, trying to remember Brentford for Robbie. I'm not sure. Like Brentford were quite strong defensively, so we'll see how that one goes. But so I'm looking at next week. Sorry, not Brentford. It's
Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham this week. So I've literally had transfers open, so I was looking at game week 3 stuff. But yeah, so that team I would say should get you decent points this week, but it's as you mentioned, very United dependent. We've got a double up on a clean sheet, plus Bruno's getting extra points for clean sheets as well. So we will see how that goes. I'm hoping mine, I'm hoping Kadioglu at least plays. You see 4-0 Brighton and Kadioglu didn't play. I was heartbroken.
I feel bad for you, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, I do.
I was celebrating going, clean sheet, checks notes. He didn't play.
Nice heartbreak.
Painful. Especially when I doubled up on Brighton players. So I had Ruta and he at least got points. But that's me all from us this week. We'll be back next week. Hopefully we can get Birchie and myself on the same show. That's yet to happen so far.
Oh my god!
But our availabilities have been off and on. But
we'll get the whole gang in next week.
Exactly, whole gang. I mean, that's hearing whole gang's already traumatized poor Bushy again. But that'll be all from us this week, and we will see you next week for some more FPL coverage, some reviews of Game Week 2, and then looking forward to Game Week 3. So have a good one, guys. Enjoy the game tonight.
All right, take care, boys.
Take care.